Joe Gaddis, owner of Apocalypse Manufacturing. Behind me is two of my favorite trucks. The one on the right is the Dodge Ram TRX. This is Dodge's answer to the Ford Raptor, right? But it's the high horsepower, way bigger answer to it. This thing has a 6.2 liter supercharged V8 and it putting out 702 horsepower. It's the fastest production pickup truck on the market. On the other side is the Rivian. Not so popular, right? You might have passed this thing a few times at the mall and it looks like a Kia. So the Ram TRX is one of my favorite platforms. We built a lot of our cool stuff starting out on it because it's got the axles, it's got the horsepower, it's got the right engine, it's the basis for the Warlord, it's the basis for the Juggernaut, it's the basis for the Super Truck. The reason for it is it's a monster, right? I've got Data 60 axles in there, I've got lockers all the way around, I've got 702 horsepower right out of the box. All I gotta do is add my magic to it, a little faster, bigger, better, right? But as we all know, the Hellcat's getting phased out because of the EPA, because of California, and all the other nonsense. You're not gonna be able to buy the Hellcat anymore. You're not gonna be able to buy the TRX loaded with this engine anymore. So the question is this the future for Apocalypse? Is this the next platform I start with? Let's check out the Rivian, right? So the Rivian is an all-wheel drive, quattro motor electric vehicle. I know a lot of you are not big fans of electric vehicles, neither am I until I drove it, right? It's stupid fast. 0 to 60 in 2 seconds, right? Somewhere around 1,000 horsepower. It's got 150 kilowatt hour battery packs. It's got 350 miles of range, and the suspension and the electronics in this thing are second to none, right? I've never felt anything like it. I got a chance to drive one of these things. I was blown away by what's going on under the hood, or under the back of the truck, you call it. This thing's got almost 1,000 horsepower. It's running 0 to 60 in almost 2 seconds. That's Ferrari stuff, right? How do they do it? They've got a quad motor setup. They got a 150 kilowatt hour battery pack in there. They've got something called torque vectoring. Torque vectoring is really amazing when it comes to handling. It's technology that I just haven't seen before. When you're going on the highway and you hit a puddle on the right side of the car wants to yank this way, torque vectoring stops any of that from happening. It just keeps the car dead straight. It's kind of like a no-thinking drive. You feel like a pro race car driver when you're trying to drift this thing on the corner because it's always correcting and just keeps you right back on the path. Really, really a fun car to drive, but again, not a whole lot to look at. So what I've done so far, we spent the last couple months developing our own lift kit for it. Lift kit for this thing is pretty complicated just because how elaborate that suspension is. And for these, you have to move the entire subframe down. So we're getting the electric motor and the whole subframe a little closer to the, a little further away from the body, but we're not doing a body lift. We're actually doing a full suspension lift. We created our own spindles, just made everything longer, bigger, and better. And then we created our own skid plate from front to back of this car. So if you're going off-road and you're hitting rocks and whatnot, nothing's going to be affected. It's all watertight. You take this thing through 4 feet of water all the same. You don't have to worry about water going in the engine because there is no air induction engine, right? So what we want to find out is which one's faster, right? We're going to put these two things to the test and we're going to see which one's got more power. This thing clearly is at a disadvantage. It's got the 38-inch tires on it already. That's set out on the factory wheels and tires, around a 34-inch tire. No re-gearing, no modifications happened to that one. This has had our little show flow treatment to it. Our plans in the future is to make this thing a lot more aesthetically pleasing. We won't even be able to recognize it when we're done, but we want to see what the platform's all about. So let's go see.